Got a really interesting question, a timeless question that I'm going to attempt to offer some perspective on. Our friend lives in a university dormitory, and he says he lives amongst friends and enemies. He wants to know how to go about asserting himself and becoming a respected person. He wants people to respect him when he says the things that he says or so forth. But also loved. I want to be friendly. I want to have friends. How do I balance this? And like I said, this is the timeless question. Is it better to be loved or to be feared? And then there's this balance that's available to us that I often call tender aggression. You want to be tender, but you also want to be aggressive. Tender aggression happens not in your activities, not in what you do, but who you are and where you're coming from. When you're outwardly focused on what you need to do in order to be loved or to instill fear, you're manipulating. When you have friends and you have enemies, again, you're outwardly focused. You're looking to label the circumstances outside you and manipulate them like your world is a chessboard. And if you're playing chess, you got to go to your head. And that means you've got to be diplomatic and play politics so that you're not too loved and not too feared. You're balancing it. This is pure manipulation. What I would invite you to do is to forget these concepts completely. Forget the concept of friend, forget the concept of enemy, forget the concept of being loved and the concept of being respected. Ignore it completely and come home to where you are. Ground yourself in your own energetic processes. As you choose to approach the people in your environment, ask yourself, am I breathing deeply? Am I calm, cool, collected, aware, energetic, available? How are you being? And when you are aware of yourself, when you are being with yourself, when you are grounded in yourself, when you're breathing into your balls, which also means your mind is activated and your heart is activated, right? Your body is soft enough. Breathing into your balls, it's the lowest portion of your torso, means that everything needs to be relaxed. Am I chilling out here? Coming from a level place, level-headed, right? Notice that term. Is my heart open and soft, or am I rageful? And am I grounded in myself? When you are all lined up, all of your actions are grounded and they're right and they're true. And there's no need for labels or manipulations or diplomacy. Here's how I'm showing up and here's how I'm responding from a grounded place with what I believe is most resourceful for the circumstances. Boy, this is a powerful place to come from. One that I wish I could say I was always moving from. But I know that I make my best choices when I take my eyes off of the politics and the labels of the situation and I go to my body and ask my body, how do I respond to the circumstances? Because you could have friends that do shit that should be labeled as aggressive or mean or enemy-like. But they're your friends. So now you've got this mental construct that this gentleman is my friend. I have to ignore what I'm feeling right now. Sometimes your friends are the ones that need you to explain to them, I don't appreciate your behavior right now. I don't like when you say such and such to me. I don't like when you leave your clothing over here. Can you please help me this way? What language to use is very important also. And I know it sounds like it's a little bit of manipulation, but words are very important because they ground abstractions. So I'd invite you to read a book called Nonviolent Communication. I had a copy and I gave it away, and I really wish I did, and I should buy another one because it really teaches you, number one, how to get in touch with your body, and then using your body to describe what you would like to have happen in the circumstances. It's very powerful. I would check it out, Nonviolent Communication. The thing is that now your friends you might need to be more assertive and aggressive with them, and your enemies, right? might need a little bit more love. You recognize, boy, this guy, I like to call him my enemy, but because I am so grounded in myself, I can see the pain in his eyes, and no wonder why he behaves that way. And coming from a place of passion, courage, and intellect, you might approach your enemy and say something like, hey man, I know we've had a few disagreements, but you look like you're upset. I don't know what's going on, but can I just give you a hug? Whoa! That throws a whole fucking wrench in the circumstances. Big wrench in the situation. The bottom line here is that I want to offer you this. Take your eyes off of the politics and the labels. Come home to yourself. Breathe into your balls. Grow your tender, aggressive capacities, and every action you make will be a resourceful one. Done.